Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed is a spiritual crossing of the threshold to the world of being a truly expanded human being. Join mediums Cheryl and Kelly for conversations about discovering deep spirituality, developing your intuitive and empathic skills, and personal mediumship. Each episode will focus on tips, tools, and techniques to help you understand and expand your own inner gifts of life journey. Now, your host of Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed, Kelly and Cheryl.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's show. We're happy to have you here. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. We have a great topic for today's show. You may already know it because maybe your intuition is in high gear, but the talk is on intuition today, and we will be taking your calls and questions. We'll be doing some readings. I first want to say hello to my colleague, Kelly. Hey, Kelly, how you doing?
Hi. Welcome, everybody. And I'm back. I was sick last week, so
yes,
I'm still on the mend, but I'm getting better finally.
We are very happy that you're here, and thanks for rallying and joining us today, Kelly. Thank you so much. And we want to say hi we have so many regular listeners that let us know every week that you're enjoying the show. So I want to say hi to Gail, hi to Kit, hi to Maria. We want to say hello to everyone. Thank you for being followers for our show. Thank you for signing up for our community. If you haven't already, you can sign up to seeingbeyondradio.com and join our mailing list. And we'll always let you know that's where we post our shows, our post shows. We also post them on our YouTube channels and our Facebook pages. And we always thank WLTK-DB for posting them as well and making us look good and sound good. And so, Todd, thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you. Good job, Cheryl. Remember everybody.
How about it? So, look, today's a favorite topic of ours. It's about talking intuition. What is intuition? And answering your questions around intuition. And, if Kelly and I can help you understand your intuition or give you some ideas on how to develop or even let you know what intuition is and what are the benefits from intuition, right?
Yeah. And, we already have a question in the comments. We have somebody who's already emailed us a question. I'm excited to dive in and answer questions. So please feel free to ask whatever you want in the comments. We'll pull them up when we can, and we'll read the emails if you want to send it even private. I'm excited. I love to talk intuition.
I love it. And really, well, just to tell people, we want to ask our listeners, have you ever had those gut feelings, where you follow your gut instinct, or maybe who's on the telephone when it rings, you already know who's on the other end, right? Maybe you already play games on TV and watch those multiple choice questions come up and you can guess the right one. So and maybe even you go into rooms and you are sensitive to other people's feelings, or energy. That could also be a form of intuition. And I want to ask Kelly, is intuition natural, Kelly, or?
I believe it's natural. I think, I think it's something we're all born with. It's another sense, right, that we have. There's no explaining it other than, how come we know sometimes somebody's standing behind us? We're sensing it, right? Intuition's kind of like sensing things with our body, right?
I think kids have intuition naturally, but then we kind of grow out of it, or we grow up not using it, maybe.
Our society kind of pushes us out of that mindset.
Yep.
And then makes people think like intuition's like this made up thing. But even science talks about intuition. I can't quote you exactly what it says, but I know that there's been science talks about how we're all have this kind of sixth sense, right?
Right.
So I do think it's something that we are all born with. I do. And I think children are extremely intuitive.
When we come into this world as kids and we're open and everything is just reabsorbed like sponges, but then you're right, we grow up and we kind of find our way, maybe not listening to our intuition, or maybe even our doubt gets bigger than our intuition. Maybe that's it. It's just we end up doubting ourselves more, and what we
Well, and if you heard, like, some people are like, what's the difference between being an intuitive or a psychic?
oh,
Have you ever heard of that
I
question?
would love to hear your answer.
Well, it's not my answer. Actually, Medium Fleur posted about this once, and let me hope I get this right, because I loved her answer, the way she separated the two. Being intuitive is about ourselves,
Hmm.
but being a psychic is about using our intuition to help others,
I love
tuning
it.
into other people. Now, I might be paraphrasing it a little bit more on my own view,
Yeah,
but she did do that one time, and I love that.
yeah.
Um, we'll talk about getting readings a little bit later, Terry. We are going to do a little talk first, and then we're going to post a link for anybody who wants to get a reading, and you can come in the backstage here, and we'll bring you up on the camera. So if you want to get a reading, when we post a link, be on the lookout for that. We'll tell you shortly. Okay?
And you can always type in your questions in the comments
Here's
section.
a great question,
Yeah, we'll
Cheryl.
put up the phone number in a little bit. Yeah, and intuition also is about, even having dreams that can be an intuition.
Mhm.
I agree with what you're saying, Kelly. Intuition, it's our natural, it's our
Ability.
natural intuitive ability. It's our natural instinct. It's just like breathing and sensing the world around us. We have this higher power, or this higher knowledge, this higher intelligence, right? And
Right.
it is our
That we can't explain,
yeah.
but it's just there. Here's a question I like, because it says, intuition is a great topic. I try to lean into it a lot, but why am I so wrong sometimes? And I want to answer this because I also am so wrong sometimes when I'm like being intuitive about myself. And I find that a lot of times, myself, um, if I'm overthinking it, I've lost my intuition. If I'm trying to, it's almost like I'm guessing rather than feeling it.
It's
If
true.
that makes sense. If you start to stop to think it too much, you've lost the intuitive part, and now you're kind of like, I don't even know. You're like indecisive, right?
Mhm.
So I have a great trick.
Okay.
Allison taught me this trick,
Okay.
because sometimes it's hard to be intuitive for ourselves, even though we're naturally intuitive. And Allison does this in one of her classes, and I absolutely love this idea. So you write down like your two answers on a piece of paper, and then you crumble them up and you mix them up so you don't know which one's which.
Okay.
And then you pretend like you take one answer here in your right hand and one answer in your left hand. Now you don't know which is the right, decision, right? But there's two different decisions here, your two choices, and you pretend like you're going to eat it. And you literally like start to chew, and then you try to swallow it. And you do the same for the other. One of them should go down really easy. One, you'll have a difficult time swallowing it. Even though you don't know which one it is, your body does, your soul does.
Mhm.
Isn't that interesting?
That's
And so
very interesting.
that's what I use when I get stuck now. So if you find that you're getting wrong a lot, I think you're probably overthinking, just so you know.
And sometimes we think intuition, we have to, like Kelly mentioned, we have to think our way to the answer. And really, if we can take our mind and our thoughts and kind of just let that go and come down to your heart space, right? Come down to your heart, breathe in and out of your heart, find your energy and
Mhm.
your soul, your spirit resting in your heart space, or even your belly, as they say. But bring your energy there in that loving place, and try to breathe and listen and speak and feel your way with your heart. I really think that could be a good way to
I
find
love
your way
that.
leading into intelligence. Yeah.
But if that doesn't work, try the papers and pretending to eat them.
The pizza paper.
I think it's like the best, like, that was like the best. When she told me that, I was like, I never have a hard time making decisions now. I just pull out my paper.
You want to go with what feels good and what feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and your subconscious knows, like, you can
Hmm.
something. And really, just to share with everyone, for those of you that have a lot of doubt, or that not sure how to practice it, or how to obtain your intuition, it is a practice where you do have to kind of develop it like that muscle, or like anything else. If you want to get better
Yeah.
at something, or trust it more, even, you want to use it, right? We have to use it to trust it.
But you don't want to overthink it because you're not using it if you're thinking about it.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
right. You're feeling.
Because
And
when you start to think, you're losing that
mhm,
connection.
it's almost like putting your thoughts on a shelf, so to speak, and paying attention to what comes in between the thoughts. What are you sensing without using your thinking, your thoughts? What are you sensing? What are you smelling, feeling? What are you aware of? That is your intuition speaking, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of different views on this too, but I think that we're getting the basics and the good part of it, I think.
And we had an email question come in from Terry. I
Yeah.
just want to briefly read her email because she's having these dreams all the time of her family, and she's wondering, she calls them visions, but she's wondering, is that intuition or is it ESP? Like, what do you call it when you
Well,
visions in your dreams? Like,
but
what?
are her visions coming through true? So is she dreaming of things that are happening in the future and then they come true? Because that's called prophetic. That's different than intuition, right?
Mhm.
What do they call that? Prophetic dreams?
I,
Is
I
that
call
right?
it I call it precognition, but it could be
Yeah.
that also. Uh,
I don't know the right word either. I mean, I might be wrong, but prophecy,
yeah,
prophetic dreams.
I
Yeah.
I do believe, I do believe what she's saying is they did come true. So she is having the
Yeah.
prophetic, the precognitive dreams where she is, and
So
that is
that's
also intuition,
it
right?
is, but it's different. It's a
Yeah.
little bit different. It's not like so when people come to a psychic, they think that all psychics are seeing the future. But that's not how we work. So that's not like that's more of somebody who's more of they tell prophecies like uh what's that famous one? Nostradamus?
Nostradamus, yes.
Yeah, he was a prophet. Like he saw he did prophecies. He wasn't a psychic, you know. He just saw the future.
Mhm.
And so some people are born with this natural gift, in addition to their intuition, to also see things in the future. Now, that I don't know if that's something we all have or not, because I don't always see the future.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, I see the future, but not like some people do, like that.
Right. So just to share what I think, how people can build their intuitive muscle, so to speak, or to build how to increase their intuitive ability. I'll just use it that way. Is to really, we do have to step into trust. At some time, you do want to kind of trust your gut, you know? And you
Yeah.
can only do it by trial and error. You can try it and see if it works for you. And if it does, you pat yourself on the back. You know what works for you. Next time you have a gut instinct that says, don't do this or yes, do that, you can start trusting it more. And really, I do believe if you take a couple more minutes when you are making decisions, when you are feeling if it's the right move for you or not, take that time and listen to your body. Kelly and I were talking about this before the show. Listen to your body, right?
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah, like I wasn't, and then I got sick again.
my, uh-oh.
So sometimes we don't listen, you got to listen. Your body knows best.
Our body is our GPS.
It really is. I mean, it'd be amazing if we lived in the society where we learned this as like children and our families and everybody did this. Imagine how I feel like everybody would be so much happier, so much more kind and loving, and we'd be able to coexist, all of us together, without all of this, you know, division that we have in our society now. That's what I feel. Maybe it's the fairy tale land in my head, but I like that land.
I love it too. I love your fairy tale land.
Yeah.
So,
You
everyone,
mean,
today we're taking calls. We're talking to you about intuition and how it's a natural ability for you and how you can practice it. And, guess at the phone bill when it comes in the mail or when you check it online, or, guess at what your grocery bill is going to do. And if you ever come across a multiple choice, take a shot at it and try to, use your intuition to go with what feels right, right? This is how we practice it. We take those little times throughout the day, when the phone rings, who is it, right? It's really incredible. You can even feel when people are coming over, if they're in a good mood or a bad mood. You can even feel people's energy too.
right?
That's incredible. That's
Have you
incredible.
ever just woken up and you were supposed to go on a trip and you suddenly wake up and you're like, I just don't want to go right now.
Mhm.
Do you listen to that when that happens to you?
Oh, yes, I do. I do. I was supposed to go on a trip a few weeks ago and something
Right?
didn't work out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I think this is a sign. And then I got
Yeah.
confirmation that that was a sign, you know, isn't that funny? And so I
Yeah.
felt okay saying, no, I'm going to pass. Uh,
Yeah, it's interesting. But a lot of times people just ignore that, and even me as like a psychic and a medium, when I first started doing my readings professionally, I felt like if somebody had an appointment, there was no way I could cancel no matter what. Like I had a commitment, right?
mhm,
But I learned early on, like sometimes you wake up and you just feel like it's not the right time, or there's something going on, or you need to be somewhere else. And I would like still do the reading and it just never went right. Like something would I always just like it's almost like I ended up having to reschedule it anyways, or they didn't show up and that's why I felt maybe they were sick. I
yeah,
mean, it's just interesting, but you can feel it before, it happens. And I started to learn to really trust that.
that's good. I love
Yeah.
trust.
I kind of follow what I feel like each day because I want the reading always to be the best that it could be.
Mhm.
And
I know I always
sometimes,
encourage my clients, like, let's do it at a time that's comfortable for you and
yes.
put you in a quiet space. And look, if you
Mhm.
feel hurried or rushed because something unexpected, it's okay. Let's just move it because we want the person we're working with to be comfortable too and to be open and
Right.
receptive,
Yeah.
their intuition
Yeah.
to be with us also.
Yeah.
I do want to say that, intuition, it's energy, right? So if your energy is going towards your intuition, that is also one way to strengthen your intuition is to really take the time, listen to your senses once again. What are they telling you? Because it is perhaps a language or it is an interpretation, like we mentioned,
Mhm.
that instinct or that good feeling that you were getting about eating the Yes's pizza.
I like that, and pretending you don't really eat the paper, but you pretend,
You
you know.
pretend.
I have to make sure I like reiterate that to everybody.
Yeah,
Don't really
because
eat the
yeah, you
paper.
don't really eat the paper. I do wanna share with everyone that when you do go to my website, mediumcheryl.com, there is a newsletter that you sign up for where you get my 5 top tools that I
Yes.
always love to share with people. It's how you ignite your psychic and mediumistic abilities, which is your intuition. It does overlap. I do feel there's some overlap
Mhm.
there, but it is as Kelly's mentioning about the pizza and pretending that you're eating and which one feels better. On one of my signs, I have like the traffic light. Like, you ask yourself a question, a yes and no question, like, should I go on this trip, for example? And you take the time and you imagine a traffic light, the green, the red, the yellow. And which light are you seeing? If you're seeing the green, or are you seeing the yellow for caution? Maybe you need to think about it a little bit more, do some more planning, go back to it again, see if you don't see that. But it's ways to use your intuition that we're talking about today and using the mind to visualize, or as Kelly mentioned, she's sensing the feeling of the subconscious when you're eating that pizza or pretending to eat it. So there's many ways to use your intuition, right? Many ways to receive messages too.
And I just want to plug my email. You could sign up
Definitely.
for my email as well. And mine, I believe, you get how to you get an article I wrote, how to manifest anything using affirmations,
You have to. If no one
which
has
is
signed up,
about the power of our mind.
if no one has signed up Kelly for Kelly's email yet, I am dittoing that because I've read your manifesting. I still use it and I keep it, on my desk. But uh,
Oh, thank you.
lovely. It's in PDF on how to manifest, and I love it. And that it works. And it's simple to read. It's simple to understand. So that's at
Yeah. Yeah.
mediumkelly.com.
Yeah. And let's see. Here's a question again. Oh, this is a good one.
Let's see. This is Kit. Hi, Kit. Did you use your intuition when choosing political candidates or voting for propositions? I found the wording in our California Voters Guide is always so confusing. It's hard to decipher the truth.
Yeah, it is. Um, I do. I'm not gonna lie. I read the stuff, but I do use my intuition. And That's the best I can do, because honestly, I'm not sure that any of it is like 100%. I think it's great. Everybody can tell their persuasive story, their view, but they're leaving out
Mhm.
the other stuff that we should know about. We're not getting the full picture. Yeah. So that's all we can do. What do
So
you do, Cheryl?
yeah, well, I always use my intuition when voting, and then
Mhm.
sometimes, like for the presidential elections and midterms, like we just had, this is when I sit down and meditate. Because for me, those are pretty
Mhm.
important ones for me, and all of us really. But yeah, I will sit down and meditate, not really to get an answer, but to open myself up to
Mhm.
uh, opening my intuition up. How's that? So
Yeah.
I will sit and open up my energy field, open up the possibilities, open up my heart space to be able to, feel and open my intuition, as I said, to feel our way. But
Mhm.
definitely, it's such a good time to be using our intuition right now.
Yeah. It's always good to use it for everything in our life. I mean, I like to tune into my health.
Mm,
Because I'm so intuitive with my body,
mhm.
and we can be intuitive with our own body.
Yep,
I've diagnosed things before doctors,
absolutely.
and I've had to go to several doctors finally to get one that believe me and test me and go, wow, you were right. But they don't want to believe you. But sometimes when you're very intuitive, you sense things that are going on and you just like know it. Or I don't know, sometimes spirit tells me things too.
And I know that, no, I love it, and I know that people use, like, muscle testing when they go to
Mhm.
buy food at the grocery store, or they're not
Oh,
sure,
really?
or vitamins at the vitamin store, they're wondering which vitamin perhaps is better. They use a muscle testing, different, you can find your own way. This is one where it's stay together, it's a yes, or that's a no, but
Yeah.
you can also, just find your own type of muscle testing that you can do, which is also very helpful, very, very useful.
Yeah, doesn't that have a name? Isn't that called what is it? Kinesiology? Is that
Mm,
did I say that right?
yeah, kinesiology. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know somebody who does that, and it just seems like such a weird stuff, but it's so interesting when she does the test on you, and you're like your body's responding, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so weird, but it works. Yeah.
Also, I know we're going to be taking calls in just a moment. Yeah, Kit says she does muscle testing all the time. I love muscle testing. It's
Yes.
so much fun to do too. I mean, it's fun, right?
Yes.
You're in the store, not sure what to buy, or even talking to someone on the phone. If I have to call them back, sometimes I'll do that. Give me a few moments to think about it. Let me call you back, and I'll take that time, take some
Yeah.
breaths, see how I feel about it, because you want to be in your own energy, in your own space. So that's intuition too. And as we said, you use your intuition. I even think, Kelly, we use our intuition and we don't even know we're using it.
I
It's
think you're right. It's so natural. It's so natural. But I do think that since I started, like I've always known like when the phone was going to ring, like who it was before it rang, or somebody was going to show up in my door. I just knew they were coming. I've always been good with those types of things. But I think since I started to do my development and really fine tune and develop these skills, I'm definitely much more intuitive about things than I was before.
I want to agree, Kelly, because I know you're also an empath and you're really sensitive. When you're in certain buildings or around, people that can either drain you or give you energy. The same with buildings or the weather, even time. When our seasons are
Objects. Yeah.
changing, it's getting
Hmm.
darker sooner. That can be tiring for some people.
Yes.
They're not used to this. So we are
Right.
all very, very sensitive. And it is about self love and not judging whatever it is each one of us is going through. We're all going through something. We're all in this together. So we're all sharing these tips and tools on how you can strengthen that intuition to where you can find more, maybe even self confidence or less anxiety, right? If you trust your intuition, I feel that's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. I think are you ready? Would you like to share the link for everybody?
Yeah, Todd, can you share the link? Todd is at work
Yeah.
in our back tech, please, and Todd's going to help us bring people on. But let's go ahead and take some calls. Let's go ahead and bring all of you on. You can type in a comment in the section, or if you'd like a reading, post it, and Todd will invite you in our room and we'll do some readings for you today. And it's so good to have you back, Kelly. We missed you last week.
Yeah, I was really sad to miss that, but my son got sick too, and he got kind of scared me, but he's doing okay now on
Oh,
his antibiotics. But
yeah.
yeah, thank you for you and totally appreciate, Lori for stepping in. I'm so grateful and I appreciate that. And I know you guys had an amazing show. Everybody loved it. So thank you guys.
We did.
Okay.
All right. So we see Todd's handing out the link to a couple of people there. So we'll just wait till someone comes on the
We
screen with
do
us.
have one person on right now, Kit, but Kit, you don't have your camera on. So if you want to turn your camera on, that would be great because it works better. And let's see.
Sorry. Add Kit to the screen or?
Yeah, we're going to try. Can you
Hi,
hear us, Kit?
Yeah, just fine. Can you hear me?
Oh, well, then it's working. Okay, good.
Oh,
You're
okay.
good then. Yay.
Well, thank you, ladies. This is such a great topic. I always learn so much from your show, and
thank you.
I wanted to say thank you because, well, a few months ago, I broke all the bones in my ankle, and you ladies added me in your prayers, and I just wanted to say thank you so much because I really felt literally so much better after the radio show, and I'm working with physical therapy, and I am starting to walk again, which is great because no one gave me any assurance that I was going to walk again, so that's huge. It just kind of made me think, had my accident happened at a different time, I likely would have lost my foot. And it also made me think about my grandparents who were amputees. And my grandpa in the 1960s was hit by a truck while riding a motorcycle. And this is in like rural Wisconsin. So I don't really know the extent of what the injury was. All I know is that, my grandpa always had a long leg. And,
is there something? There's a lot of noise coming on your end, Kit. I don't know. But we keep hearing a lot of noise. Do you know what that?
I don't know. I'm all by myself.
That's better. That's much better. What did you do different?
I just picked up the laptop and I moved my voice closer to the screen.
Okay.
Okay, that's better. There was a lot of it almost sounds like boxes moving.
Oh, weird. Nope. Okay, no boxes, but I'll just hold the camera or the laptop like this.
Yeah, much better. Thank you. Did you want a reading today?
Yeah, I would love to see if you ladies could tap into my grandparents and see what they have to say.
Sure. Cheryl, you want to start?
Kelly, only because I feel, number one, Kit, you're a healer. I really do. I feel like you're a healer. I feel like your grandfather was a healer. And even though you were telling us that he was an amputee, I still feel that there was a lot of resistance around him at that time in his life. So it maybe that affected his way of being able to heal. But in some way, this is what's different about you, Kit. I feel like, I don't know if do you live by yourself, please?
No, I live with my husband.
Okay, I'll tell you what it feels like. It feels like you have your own space. And I feel like you have your own healing space. So do you have your own meditating room or your own area of the house that you sit in or you practice in?
I do. I have all kinds of tools of healing in my house. So yes.
I almost feel like your grandfather is maybe even a guide for you, helping you heal. Because I just feel like the opportunities, of course, that you have nowadays, not something that he had. There's something about him having a lot of pressure back then around him where it just wasn't open. It wasn't something you spoke about. But with you, I feel like, my God, you have got some great energy around you. And I feel like it's this healing space. So I'm just going to hold you to that and say, look, you are definitely still healing from this with your ankle, but you're still also sending it energy as well, as we are for you. Okay, Kit? I'm going to leave you with that and ask Kelly if she's picking anything up.
I actually got the same feeling that she's a healer as well. And in terms of your grandfather, I feel like I'm getting your grandmother.
Ooh.
And I feel like she was a very strong lady, that she had to be strong for the family, and that she had to overcome a lot. Now, I don't recall if it was just your grandfather who had the accident, your grandmother had to take care of him.
Well, actually, my grandmother did have to take care of him at that time, but then later the roles reversed
Well, then,
later in
yeah,
age.
because I do
Um,
feel like with her, she had a lot of inner strength, which I do think you carry that as well from her. Like it carries down in the family. And I feel like she's very proud of you and watches over you. And I do feel like your grandmother was a really, she loved being a mother, and she's really proud because I feel like you're a mom, correct?
I'm a mom to basset hounds.
Well, whatever. She's just really proud of how you take care of everybody. So you might not be a mom, but you're like Cheryl, who's very maternal and takes care of everyone.
Mhm.
I always think Cheryl's a mom too,
Yeah.
but she's really proud of the way you take care of everyone. So I feel like it's sort of your natural ability to be very maternal towards everyone. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Kit,
Okay.
we want to thank you for being on the call, and we're still going to continue to send you that healing energy. And even maybe after today's show, you'll still feel it with us, okay?
I have a feeling I will. And that's my intuition talking. So thank you, ladies.
Yeah, and I'm going to put you back in the backstage, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I think I just removed. There we go. Okay. Let's bring up Anne. She was waiting next. You ready, Cheryl?
Ready.
Where'd she go? Oh, there she go. It moved. Hi, Anne.
Hello, how are you?
Hi,
Good.
Anne.
I have to turn my sound down. That was loud. Okay, there we
Oh,
go. Because the other person I couldn't hear her, so I had to turn it way up.
oh, I love it though. Thank you so
No,
much.
you're
And
perfect.
this is so exciting. And thank you for the show. I love it.
Oh, thank you, Anne. How can we help you today? Did you want psychic or a mediumship?
Anything that comes up from the other side.
Okay. Well, the first thing I feel, Anne, is I'm going more psychic right now, but I'm going to bring mediumship in, I think.
Okay.
But I do want to talk about just hearing your voice right off the right off the bat feels so soothing and so calming. And I have to say, you've been you're very good at calming people down and keeping the peace, like a mediator. Do you understand this?
Oh, yes. Thank you so
I
much.
feel like that's one of your gifts in life. Some people are just naturally great at doing that. And I have to say, I also feel like there's part of you that feels like a healer as well.
Mhm.
And I think that voice of yours is mesmerizing in many ways, that you have this healing ability that's almost in your voice. It feels like you could do a meditation that could just, take people to that next level. So I don't know if you do that now, but you definitely have the voice for it. You definitely have the energy for it.
Thank you.
And would you understand in spirit, a grandmother on father's side that you would have been quite close with?
Lucille, yes.
Oh, don't tell us any
Oh,
information.
sorry. Oh,
That's
sorry.
okay. Just yes, no, I don't know.
Yes.
Because I do feel her coming through with a lot of love and a lot of pride for you. Like she's very proud of you and who you are. And I also feel like you were very close to her. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So I know that she was an amazing, beautiful woman. I also feel like she was very strong and strong-willed. Do you understand this?
Yes.
And she just makes me feel like she passed when you were like, I believe you weren't a child, you were more of an adult. Do you
Yes.
understand this? So
Yes.
you were very close to her, like either took care of her or
Yeah.
were involved in her care.
Yes.
So she thanks you so much for that. She talks about how loving you are and how special you have always been ever since you were a child. Do you understand this?
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
She's talking about you having your own gifts to the media connection to mediumship, like to the other side spirit. You understand this?
Yes.
So I do feel like you have a strong connection with her and she works with you. So I don't know if you're already practicing mediumship, but you feel like you could do it if you're not.
Thank you so much. That's so lovely and kind.
Oh, you're welcome. Cheryl, did you get anything?
Anne, is your mother passed away, please?
No.
Is your father?
No.
Okay. I don't know why I'm getting I'll tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting an older man and woman, but I didn't know if it was your grandparents or not. But
Mhm.
as I'll tell you what I'm getting around them. Did they
Mhm.
live with you? Your grandparents?
I lived with my grandmother for like 5 years.
Okay, because it feels like that's where I'm going, is that's how close we were. And I
Mhm.
wanna tell you there's something about, do you work right now? Because I feel like you're changing jobs.
Yes. I'm in between.
Yeah, you're in between. And I feel like that's your grandmother saying she's changing jobs,
Mhm.
it's almost as if, you're looking for the perfect job, right? You're
Yeah.
looking for
Mhm.
where you can open up and be
Mhm.
yourself and
Mhm.
relax and low stress, and I really
Mhm.
do think that this is where you're heading. You're heading into this next stage in your life or this next job, this next platform of something where it takes care of you just as much as you take care of your job. That's what I'm hearing,
Mm.
something that you haven't had in the past.
Yes.
But I do feel like that grandmother that Kelly's talking about, like the grandmother you lived with, it feels like a mom. Like,
Yeah.
was she a
She's
mom?
that close. Well,
Yeah,
she had that authority kind of.
yeah. I really wanna say a soulmate connection like Kelly mentioned, or a soul guide, that type of feeling too is so please know
Thank
that
you.
she's with you, will you?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna put her back in here. Bye.
Mhm.
Okay, did you want to answer? There's a question here.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah, it looks like it's more of an intuitive question. So it says, "Hello, my sister-in-law's dog Coco, that's my dog's name too, went missing last night. She doesn't think she got out of the yard. She thinks possibly a coyote got her. Any thoughts on this? We are devastated. We can't find her."
Oh, that's not good.
I'm hoping it's not a coyote. My first thought goes to she got out and she's wandering around making friends because I feel like she's very loving and social dog. Now, if you want to answer us in the comments, that'd be great. Or if you want to try to use the link to come on in the backstage and we could get feedback from you. But I'm feeling like somebody's got her because they found her wandering and they're feeding her, trying to figure out where she belongs. So check all of the, like, if you have like what's that Nextdoor app, or go check around with all the different local vets and the SPCA, and whatever it is, and let's pray it's the positive that she's okay. What do you get, Cheryl?
I feel like, yeah, she ran around and hid somewhere, like, she's a
Got
quick
scared.
like, fast. I just feel like she's fast and she got away and she hid somewhere. So that's what I'm feeling too. I love the app recommendations, Kelly. I haven't heard of those either. So thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Nextdoor app is like a neighborhood app. Yeah, mine dog is only 5 pounds. My Coco. That's so funny. I still think somebody let her out by accident and they didn't see it because she's quick. Because she's a tiny dot. Whoops, where'd she go?
She is fast.
She
Would
is
you
fast. Yeah, yeah.
so
I feel like she escaped. She's a quick one. Yeah. And she's curious, very curious. That's what I feel. What about you, Cheryl?
yeah, so please let us know. But I do feel that we're agreeing on this. For me and Kelly are feeling that she got away.
Yeah, check the yard. There might be a hole in the fence. Because she's tiny, she can get through lots of things. Dogs are very resourceful when they want to get out. They'll figure it out. Even tiny dogs. Um, yes, she'll come home. That's right. Positive thoughts. So I don't feel that she's hurt. I feel like she's okay and that somebody has her. So let's stay positive, keep positive thoughts, talk to her in your mind. Dogs can hear us psychically too,
Yes, they can.
and post ads everywhere and call the vets and the SPCA, your local one, and let us know when you find her. Yeah. Yeah. I saw that. That's my dog's name. I'm like, oh,
I
caught
know.
my eye. And my dog's tiny too. She's fast like that. So,
That was
um,
synchronicity.
so you want to pick the next
Let's
one?
do Sandy, and then we're going to go to Terry. But let's do
Yeah.
Sandy. Hey,
Whoops.
Sandy. Whoops. Oh, will you
I
do?
added her mute.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Hi, how are you, Sandy?
I'm good. How about you?
We're great. Great. How can we help you today?
I'll take whatever you have an offer.
You want to go, Cheryl? I went last time. Or you want me to go?
Well, Sandy, is your mother crossed over?
Yes.
And I feel her to be very stubborn.
Yes.
Right. And I also heard a birthday's coming up. Does that make sense? Whether it's
No.
yours or hers?
No.
If not, that's fine. Would you understand a birthday just passed?
Mine.
Okay, fair enough. And I feel like she's just acknowledging that she's very stubborn and that, have you moved since her passing, please?
Yes.
And so I feel like in some way, are you thinking about moving again, Sandy?
Not really. No.
Okay. I feel like what your mom is helping me understand is there might be another move. I don't know when it's going to happen for you, but there's something about either, I don't know. I feel like she's saying like you've had some challenges happening in life right now, and maybe that's how we make it better somehow is you stepping into another field or another career path. I want to say 2023. It does feel like there's a move in your future, and I don't look in the future. I just see the possibility. Just to let you know, Sandy.
Okay.
Also, do you have health concerns right now, Sandy, about yourself or?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just take that as a yes for right now. I always have to say I'm not a doctor, but intuitively, I feel like in some way there's something about you setting up an appointment with a medical doctor. But I kind of keep hearing things are going to be all right. Things are all right. So I hope that helps. I'm not. It's just a mini reading, So I'm just
Right.
gonna leave that and hand it over to Kelly there.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's funny that Cheryl was talking about move because the whole time she was saying that, I was feeling like it's not necessarily a physical move. It's more of a move in direction in connection to, I want to say, your career. So I don't know if you're thinking about doing something different in your career or transitioning in the position you're at now into a different position. But I feel like there's definitely going to be some kind of a move next year that has to do with that. Does that make
okay. I'm
sense or
retired.
resonate? You're that's
I'm
okay.
retired.
That's a career. You're retired. Well, then perhaps it's not a move, but I still don't feel like it's a physical move. And a lot of people are retired and have like their little side business or the little hobbies that they're doing. And maybe they're not making money, like volunteer work or something. I just feel like there's a transition in what you're doing
Okay,
next year.
that's too funny because someone did contact me today to do some consulting.
Thank you. Yeah, so I think that that's the transition or the move that I'm seeing next year, early next year too. I feel like it starts, I want to say January, February. The first part of the year is when you start transitioning into that. But it's something, it's like on your terms.
Okay.
And I think that you like that.
Yes.
Now, in terms of your loved ones in spirit, I also felt people over on the other side, but I have a man that's stepping forward and he feels to me almost same level. So this could be like a love, a brother, or a cousin. Would you understand a man in spirit that would be connected to you in that way? Because I do feel like he's like family.
Yes.
Is this your husband?
No.
But it's family then, like a cousin or a brother. Or he's like family, like
someone I dated.
Okay, you were very close to him.
Yes.
Thank you. And you understand, he had quite a sense of humor. He loved to joke around with you.
Yes.
He liked to, he was always making jokes. He was always funny. Like he could have been a comedian. He was like that funny. Okay. Because I do feel like he razzes you and teases you from the other side still, just for fun, to keep you on your toes. Do you understand this? Do you feel him around?
Yes.
Because he loves to hang out around you. I feel like you guys have good memories, and I know they weren't all good, but he loves to remind you of the good things. And I feel like he cared about you deeply. And I do think that you were somebody that he never stopped loving, because I feel like you guys didn't stay together, right?
That's right.
And he always regretted that he messed that one up.
Yes.
So he says he watches over you.
Oh,
He's always there to help take care of things from the other side.
oh, good.
So he's funny though. He likes to play jokes with you at the house. So we do think he flickers the electricity. He turns channels off or changes channels on the TV. He does little things like that. Do you understand this?
Yes.
He moves your keys. You think you put them down somewhere and they're somewhere else. He
Oh.
likes to really mess with you, have a good time,
Okay.
and laugh at you running around going, "Where's my this?" You know, he laughs. He's just joking around. He's a good soul though. He was a good guy.
Yes.
So a lot of love from him.
Oh, thank you. I needed that.
You're welcome. I'm gonna leave you with that. I can't talk today. I'm tongue twisted. And put you back in the backstage. You can listen from the backstage, or you could exit out and watch on, wherever you're watching before. It's up to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Next one.
Terry. Hi, Terry.
Come on. Hi, Terry.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay.
How can we help you today?
Well, I'd like a reading if that's okay.
What kind do you want? Psychic or mediumship?
Mediumship?
And would this
Okay.
be about your daughter, Terry?
Huh?
Do you have a daughter that's crossed over?
Yes.
Is it something about you just celebrated her anniversary, or you just did something for her in her name?
I went to a concert, basically, yeah, and her name, because the last time I'd been to a concert was with her, so I was having trouble deciding whether or not to go, without her and how I would react or whatever. And I went, and it was all
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I was going to
awesome.
say it felt like you guys used to go to concerts together. And I want to say you guys are best friends. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you buy a t-shirt for her, or did you wear her t-shirt or something like that?
Well, I did. I bought her an Alice in Wonderland sweatshirt a while back at Venice Boulevard.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you
I
wear
bought her a lot of things. So
Yeah, you bought her a lot. Did you wear, I felt like you wore something of hers to the concert, like bracelets, something, you took something of hers with you to the concert. That's what I'm hearing. Oops.
Do you have her ashes? Was she cremated?
Yes.
Do you carry her ashes in a necklace?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not yet. I haven't got to that point yet.
You're gonna do that, aren't you?
Yeah, I have 3 necklaces hanging right beside me.
Because she told me that. Yeah, that's why I thought maybe that's what Cheryl was saying.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was that. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
Cheryl.
No,
No,
it
it's
could have been. It could have been. I have one of those medical face masks that and it's got a picture of her on it, and I had that in my purse for in case I needed it.
Well,
Could have been that, or could have been some little thing that I didn't know I had with me.
Oh.
And there's also a tattoo. You're going to get a tattoo of her, please, on your shoulder.
Yeah, I would. I'm looking for the right tattooist to do a memorial piece.
Yeah, you want to do that, and she shows me butterflies just to tell you. I feel like that's a sign for her is butterflies.
Oh,
I
really?
did one for my son right here.
You have a picture of your son, Kelly.
Not a picture of him, but I did a tattoo in his honor.
Okay, you did a tattoo in his honor. How lovely.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love memorial tattoos.
And your daughter tells me you're changing rooms around, or I don't know if you're cleaning up rooms or you're changing rooms around, but it's like you're moving in 2 bedrooms. You're doing some work in there.
Yeah, I am trying to clean up the house. I got a mess going on. I'm trying to clean up everything because I haven't done a whole lot since she's been gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're feeling better about it. And I know Christmas is a big deal, like the holidays coming up, right? It's almost like you're trying to straighten up before the holidays arrive or in time for the holidays.
Well, no, probably not because I don't do the holidays.
Okay, sorry about that. I want to say it feels like you're putting all of her photographs though in one area.
Yeah, she has the coffee table.
Okay, she has the coffee table.
Yeah, but she's got pictures and her ashes and everything on the
that's nice.
Little memorial center there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's got her on it, so of course it's beautiful.
Yeah, right. Kelly,
Yeah.
tune in there.
I do want to tune in. I just feel like she was so much fun, and she brought the big kid out of you. Like when you guys were together, you were like,
fun.
Yeah, you were like another kid with her, having fun, and she just was full of joy, and she was also really stubborn and liked to do things her way and loved to like,
Yeah.
banter back and forth with you, but also to push your buttons for fun, just to tease you. Like she knew you
Yeah.
so well. But she's not your only child, is that right? You have other children?
Yes.
Because I do feel like she feels like the leader of the pack. So I don't know if she was like the oldest, but
She was the medium. She was the middle one.
she kind of took the lead, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. She was
Because that's just the way
like the
she
mother
was.
of the
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
mother. Go to Mother Brooke. If you can't get mom, get Mother Brooke.
yeah. So she's just talking about that. So she's watching over everybody from the other side, making sure they're all behaving, she says.
That's awesome.
But she had a lot of friends, and I feel like a lot of her friends still connect and talk to you and check up on you. Yes.
No,
Oh, but you
no,
understand her
nobody
having a
calls
lot
me
of
no more.
friends?
Hmm.
You understand she had a lot of friends, though.
Yeah, yeah. She did have a lot of friends.
Okay.
Everybody
Well,
that ever met her loved her, and she was always out there, put herself out there. She went to church, and she had her
oh.
job, and she was a cashier, so she met a lot of people that way, and
Well,
everything.
I
So
feel like
yeah.
somebody's going to reach out to you from one of her friend groups then, because
That's
she's talking about how you're still connected or they're still connected to you. So I don't know if
Hmm.
it's on like social media or an email or what, but I feel like somebody's just going to reach out and tell you a nice story that makes you happy about her
Hmm.
that
Okay.
maybe you didn't know. I get those emails
Okay.
every so often about my son. It's been 6 years and I still get them every now and then from
Huh.
somebody randomly finds me on social media and wants me to know about my son and how much that they cared for him. So I feel
Well,
like
you know
you're
what?
going to get that.
I'm trying to connect with her, the recipient of her heart, because we donated her heart, and so I'm trying to connect with that person.
Oh,
Can
that's
she tell
beautiful.
whether or not I'm gonna end up meeting that person?
That might be what I'm feeling then, maybe, because I feel like it's somebody who's connected to her.
Hmm.
So maybe it's not a friend, but maybe it's the heart. But yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
somebody's going to reach out to you.
Yeah, that would be awesome because I've
I
got a
hope that
stethoscope ready
happens.
and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be great.
it would be.
You have anything else, Cheryl?
just want to say, Kelly, Terry, your daughter feels so affectionate, like she would put her head on your shoulder. She would want you to take care of yourself. I feel like you smell her in the home, like like she's so there with you, like you have her clothes and you look at them and talk to them and you're still taking care of her. And I want to say that in some way she's coming through today to say that she is taking care of you as well, because she's kind of your cheerleader. She wants you to stand strong, and she keeps showing me a necklace, please. So I don't know if you're wearing a necklace with her on it or if you're thinking about buying a necklace, but I thought it had a little gold cross on it, or it had a,
Well, I do have above me hanging from my ceiling. I have a little heart uh necklace that it has a picture of her on it,
oh, good.
and then it says something about being in my heart or whatever. I can't really tell what it says because I can't see it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so tiny that I can't really see it,
Oh, don't
even
you?
with my glasses. But yeah, it's up there hanging
Oh,
from the
that's
ceiling.
beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
And I've
she's
been talking to her a lot lately, and I've been asking her because I do have some health issues going on, and I've been asking her, just help me however you can or whatever, and telling her I'm trying to do the best I can for you because I know she wants me to be in better health and to take care of myself, and I have been lacking on that a lot for the whole time that she's been gone,
Yeah.
and so yeah, it's good to hear that she's still cheering for me and wanting me to
Oh, yeah, yeah, I know
do that.
she is taking
Totally.
care of you. I think she's helping line up the right people and, getting you on your feet or going to go see the right people or, as Kelly mentioned, bringing over people to help you, whether they're her friends or that donor. But there is so much of your daughter that is you're connected to. I just want to say, like, when I look at you,
Thank
Terry,
God.
I feel you and your daughter, because I know
That's
that
cool.
she's embracing you. Absolutely. And that
Mhm.
heart, are you getting your heart checked out? Is that the deal or something? You're getting your heart checked out?
Well, no, I just had an appointment where the doctor actually told me like I don't have I'm no longer pre-diabetic, and
Yes.
yeah, and my cholesterol's good, and I don't have
Yay.
no congestive heart failure or anything.
Yay.
Like I basically kind of got a good bill of health in a way. I just got I'm vitamin D deficient and my thyroid is off.
Oh, well, you've got the same things as me.
Yeah, and I've lost some weight too, so it's like,
Good
so
job.
yeah, so it's like things are. I don't even know how it happened. Like when the doctor said I was no longer pre-diabetic, I'm like, I don't know how it happened, but I'm grateful.
Yeah.
You must have changed something in your diet.
Uh-huh.
When my
Yeah, I must
husband
have.
found out he had cancer, we threw away all the milk and all the cereal, because we used to eat cereal like every night for dessert.
Mm.
And then we got rid of all the red meat. And when
Oh,
we got our cholesterol, both of us, our cholesterol was low, our blood pressure, everything dropped.
huh.
That was
Wow.
just that little bit. And he dropped a bunch of weight, but not me, because I kept eating sugar.
Huh. Red meat though, huh?
Yeah, we got rid of red meat. I mean, we eat it now, but at the
Mhm.
time, he had colon cancer. He was, he threw that
Mhm.
meat away. He was like,
Oh,
we went to
okay.
fish,
Mm.
and then I got him to
Oh,
eat pork chops, and now we'll have steak once in a while. Not all, we used to eat it all the time though.
yeah. Yeah, I
So
eat a lot of seafood too. Huh.
yeah, seafood.
Well,
Seafood, eat it, right?
Yeah,
look for the butterflies, Terry, okay? Because I know she
Okay.
threw us butterflies earlier.
Okay. Yeah, I don't get out very often because I've become kind of recluse or whatever. But when I get out, I'll definitely be looking for them.
Yeah.
yeah, or just look out your window.
Yeah,
You never know.
I'll try.
Never know. All right.
I know, right? Yeah. But
Well,
can I ask you a question though about another my uncle?
yeah, go right ahead.
Um, I'm waiting on. Well, I've been trying for 4.5 years now to get my inheritance, and I've had to get an attorney and everything. And I
Mhm.
want to know if maybe he could tell me if like what is going to happen or if it's going to happen soon or
Now, this is an inheritance from your uncle who passed.
yeah.
Because I do feel like he's almost saying like it's kind of complicated, and
Yeah.
that I also feel like there was two wills or something.
No, really.
I don't know why, but I feel
Mm,
like there's something off about the will. Like there was
mm.
two wills, like one was not
My brother
filed
did say
or
something about a
something.
second one. Then I didn't
Yeah,
know. I don't know what he's talking about though because I haven't seen it. But wow, my brother must have. Uh,
yeah, there's something like something's off here with the will, he keeps saying.
mm,
I also feel like you're going through this with your brother.
yeah.
Yeah, because I do feel like what's happening isn't fair, and he's trying to pull strings on the other side to help. But unfortunately, it just feels like it's been difficult, and it's going to
Yeah.
continue to be difficult for a while. I'm not sure that you're going to get the outcome you want, but I
Yeah.
feel
I'm
like
not.
you're going to get something. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I feel. What about you,
Yeah.
Cheryl? Do you get anything?
I felt, Terry, like something had to happen. They had to go around the back door to help you out, or they had to go around the back door to get in. Like, I don't know if there's a loophole, but it's almost like I do feel they'll sort things out and you will get some of that inheritance. But
Mm,
it's as if they have to, it's like pulling knots apart or pulling strings out. It's
yeah.
like they have to sort it all out, I guess, is what I'm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of accounting. There's 28 pages of accounting, and it's like I don't. I look at it and I go, oh my god! Like I don't even know what to make of it. There's so
yeah.
much numbers and lists of like dividend this and dividend that, and I'm like, I don't even understand this. Like, I don't know, you know.
It's gonna take time, but you'll get something. It'll be. I think you'll be okay with it. You know?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's just I've been waiting for since 2017, so I'm like wondering when is this gonna
My
happen?
goodness.
Well, unfortunately, COVID slowed everything down,
Yeah, it sure did.
and this stuff already takes a long time, no matter what, even without
Mm,
COVID.
hmm,
So,
mhm,
your brother and you are not on good terms, right?
mhm. No, we're not.
And is he your only brother, or is there another brother?
No, he's my only brother.
Only
Mm.
brother. Um, I feel like you guys have never really got along.
No, not really.
Yeah, because I was going to say maybe you try to work it out with him, but he's not even open.
I'm not open no more. I had to close myself off.
Yeah, he's just not nice.
He's not. You're right. He's not.
Yeah,
And nobody
yeah,
can see it because he does that to me like we'll be on the phone or something, and he'll be evil to me. And then if we were to be in another situation, which we aren't, because I don't go around him. But if we were, he'd be nice in front of people, but then on the phone or whatever, he's like, "Oh, you don't know nothing," and all this shit. And like the last conversation I had with him was actually a few days ago, and he started talking crap about our dad that's passed away, right? And I'm like, "How dare you say those things about our father?" He said, "Well, my
Yeah.
father never loved me," and I'm like, "My father was a loving man. He was a beautiful man. He was."
It's hard with families. I grew up in a
Mhm.
family and I'm one of five, and we all have like five
Mhm.
different points of views on our parents.
Yeah, yeah,
And so I had to learn to just accept that that's how their perception, and this is my perception, and that
yeah,
neither one is wrong, because
yeah,
we can't tell people. So for him, maybe there's things that he's dealing with that you don't understand, and for him, he doesn't understand what you're going through. If that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. It does. But see, like since I was the baby of the family,
Me
I got
too.
to see what my dad did for him, and he wants to say my dad never did nothing for him. I seen
That's
like the back, I seen from the outside looking in,
yeah,
whereas he's not thinking about what our dad did for him or anything.
right. And what
So
smart thing, Terry, just by protecting your own energy, because, I don't think that's going to change for some reason.
yeah,
And
it's
things
not.
change over time too. So, I think that you are on the right path and that you are taking care of yourself. And I think that's what your daughter wants, is
Yeah,
you,
do me.
you
Focus on
do.
things that make you happy and that make you feel good. And if it doesn't
Yeah,
serve a purpose like that for you, then move on.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, thank you so
Okay.
much,
Thank you so
Terry.
much.
I'm going to
I
put
love
you
listening to
back
you guys.
in. Oh, thank you. I'm going to put
All
you
right.
back in the backstage. All right. And you
Okay.
can exit out or whatever you like. Okay.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you.
Well, it's 5:01. I posted again telling anybody that wanted to come on and get a reading to come on. But we read for everybody that popped on. So I think we'll just finish up with talking about, next week we'll be back.
Yeah. And our upcoming events. Right.
Yeah, I am.
Kelly, go for it.
Well, I have some upcoming small group reading online
Yes.
in December. I don't know the exact date, but if you go to mediumkelly.com/events, you could find my next small group reading that's coming up. Everybody gets a reading. It's 8 people total, and you can just purchase a ticket. And then I also have an in-person event in Sacramento. If anybody is here from Sacramento, that's coming up this Saturday. We'll be doing a little mini fair at my Love and Light Center. And we have our 4 Earth Angels in January that's
Hey.
coming up. And
So
I don't know the date either.
yeah, we have the 4 Earth Angels coming up in January.
Yeah, a
So
3-hour workshop.
that's going to be a
Yeah,
lot to talk about. That's a
I
great workshop
know.
coming up in January.
Yes.
And for everyone, my name is Cheryl Murphy. My website's mediumcheryl.com. I'm also doing an online event tomorrow night. It's a small group reading. I think there's 1 ticket left. So if you want to, it is also a total of 8 people doing online small group readings for tomorrow night. And then I have a wonderful demonstration coming up December 1st online. That's going to be with Thomas John and Kat Devine. And then also again in December, I'll be doing my next month's small group reading, and I'm doing a large group reading at the end of the month in December. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun because it's going to be right between Christmas and New Year. And I'm excited about that. And that's on my website too. But everyone, it's been a great show today. I mean, Kelly, everyone, if you're not following Kelly Eckhart or myself, I mean, Kelly is on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter.
Yeah, and
I'm
that's it.
almost on all of those, but not as
That's
many. But
all of them, yeah. That's all of them. And Cheryl, you could find her on all the social media too. She's even on TikTok. I helped her get on there.
yeah, you did. Kelly is my tech
Oh,
crew here.
and if I don't talk to you, happy Thanksgiving, because that's next week. But we're going to be on the day before Thanksgiving.
We
I'll
will.
be in Tahoe when I come on. So, I'm
Wow.
going to Tahoe with my neighbors and my family.
Oh, it sounds
So
beautiful.
everybody's saying happy a wonderful week. See you Sunday. Oh, I'll see you Sunday. Yes.
Yeah, come on our healing prayer circle. I have a healing prayer circle every Sunday. We have our radio show every Wednesday. We always try to teach as we do our readings. So we thank all of you for asking really such great questions and coming
Yes.
today and talking to us about intuition. It's really important. We need to really open up that intuition and open up our hearts. A little bit of
Yes.
passion will ripple out into the universe, right?
Right. So thank you, everybody. See you guys next week.
We'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful
I
afternoon.
think we should talk about Thanksgiving next week.
Let's do it.
Being thankful and grateful and gratitude. Sorry, just popped in. Now we can end.
Intuition at work.
Bye,
everyone.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.